Greetings everybody. I recently hit level 70 on the freshly relaunched TBC server Hellground, and what I would like to do in this video is talk about a few experiences I had, talk about what I maybe didn't like that much and what I enjoyed. But something I'm going to say right before we start, this will be very opinionated and probably also subjective video. I hadn't had this much fun on a private server in a really long time. And also let me say right away, this doesn't have anything to do with that the scripting is extraordinary or that the server quality wise is beyond and above everything else. It's just that I didn't enjoy TBC content in a really long time now. And there are a lot of reasons for this. I mean, the Burning Crusade developer scene is probably one of the most underdeveloped ones in the private server area. A lot of the people in the community are still waiting for that one really well scripted big TBC messiah, and that's also like a reason why a lot of smaller projects die really fast. Then there are other TBC servers that are really far progressed already and really old. And then there's the fact that a lot of players have a really high expectation when it comes to the quality. So all those things considered and combined, it has been really hard to enjoy some TBC content in the past 3 years in the private server scene. So the fact alone that I'm able to play TBC on a stable server with a high population, with a fresh server even, that alone, I mean, that makes me so happy, you know. And I think I just owe it to you guys that I say I'm very biased here and this is by far not an objective review or anything. But yeah, enough about that, let's just get started. To be frank, starting on the server I was really skeptical at first. There were a bunch of NPCs who just bugged out, who had some really big pathing issues. And for a server that has been a few years old now, that did send some bad signals. But although stuff like that was a bit irritating and annoying, it never got to the point where it actually stopped me from playing. The 2x experience rates made everything feel very smooth and fast, and even if a quest wasn't working that well, it was very easy to compensate for that. Since I spent quite some time on all different kinds of servers in vanilla, it was just great going through this content at such a nice pace. I was also able to stay ahead of the crowd, which meant I had a pretty easy time leveling. Because let me tell you something, if we weren't as lucky to get ahead and if we didn't have as much time to get ahead, the competition for NPCs for quests is just insane. The server is capped at 3,500 players and there's almost always a queue of 300 players. That alone was another reason for me to keep playing on the server and to keep testing things out. Because again, although I was disappointed from the vanilla experience, I was hoping that things would pick up in TBC, since this was the content where they basically focused their efforts on, right? And so far I haven't been disappointed. Granted, I didn't do as much dungeons, but the stuff that I've seen so far was pretty decent to be honest. But the questing experience itself has been amazing. I had so much fun going through all that content again, to group up with people to do those really big hunter quests in Nagrun, to summon that bone dragon in Terukar, or to do Cruel's Intentions for that nice trinket. Out of probably 300-400 quests I did in TBC, there were maybe like 2 or 3 bugged ones, and maybe 2 where they scripted it in a different way so it was still be able to complete a quest, but it wasn't Bliss-like per se. But yeah, coming back to dungeons. The thing is, since I haven't played TBC in such a long time, it's really hard to judge for me what is Bliss-like and what is not. It's difficult for me to determine whether that one caster NPC casts the right amount of spells, where the mob packs were placed, or if the scaling is really tuned to that Bliss-like experience. Again, all I can say is that I had a ton of fun doing all of this stuff. And for me personally, that's like the thing that counts, you know. There will be people that have much higher standards for stuff like that. That will weigh the factors that I mentioned like stability, population or scripting in a completely different way than I do it. The only thing that I can say here really is that if you are missing TBC content as much as I did, then just give this a try, you know. I also understand that it's very easy to say that, like it's still a lot of time you have to invest. And you might want to wait for that one really well scripted server that is worth your time, and that's completely fine as well. It's just that I was tired of waiting, I really just wanted to dive right in. And I just had a blast so far. I will probably do an update on this once I had a chance to experience some heroic dungeons and some more dungeons or raids in general. And maybe my verdict will be completely different after that. But yeah, for now I'm just really happy and I don't regret 1 second of those past days that I spent on the server. But yeah, what about you guys? Did you already spend some time? What are your experiences? What are your opinions? If you have any, then please let me know in the comments down below. Would be very interested to see some feedback and also to talk about a few things. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider to leave a like, it would help me out a lot. Until next time, stay awesome and bye.